coverage you can count on. This is WAAY 31 News Mornings.
Well, good Saturday morning, Tennessee Valley. Another nice and comfortable day starting off in the 60s. I'll tell you how long the nice weather sticks around coming up.
And this morning, a deadly earthquake killing hundreds of people in Morocco. What we know as they continue to search for survivors. And as state leaders push for the ending of federal mask mandates, we hear from residents on both sides of the COVID battle. Good morning and thank you for joining us for WAAY 31 News Mornings. It is Saturday, September 9th, and I'm Georgia Clark. Now, we've got a lot to get to this morning, but first we're going to get a check of our weather forecast. WAAY 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Amber Kulick joins us. Now, Amber, I heard you say something about rain on this college football Saturday. How much are we talking?
Well, some of us may see a shower or two as we head towards those afternoon hours today. Not all of us will see the rain, though, but let's take a moment to appreciate this view from Decatur. Good morning, Morgan County. It is 67 degrees there. Some nice colors in the sky already, and we're looking good as we start off this Saturday. For the rest of the Tennessee Valley, we're in those 60s. You can't beat it. Now enjoy these 60s because they will start to warm up for those overnight lows as we head into the next couple of days. But right now, 66 in Huntsville, 65 in Athens, 69 in Muscle Shoals, and 31 triple Doppler. Quiet and dry this morning. A little bit of ground clutter showing up, but no rain falling from the sky. Heading into the afternoon hours today, we are right back into that comfortable category as far as the humidity is concerned. So nice and comfortable for any outdoor plans you may have. Speaking of that, let's take a look at your weather on the go with the WAAY 31 Storm Tracker weather app. Heading into the next few hours, we stay in those 60s, but then we're into the 70s as we head towards the noon hour today, topping out in those middle to upper 80s for your afternoon highs for the Saturday, and about a 20% chance you see a shower or two, mainly east of I-65 this afternoon. Heading into the evening hours, we're dipping back down into those 70s by 8 o'clock tonight. And I'll give you more details on where we can expect the rain today and then again tomorrow coming up.
Thanks, Amber. Be sure to download our WAAY 31 Storm Tracker weather app on iPhone and Android devices. With it, you'll have access to our triple Doppler, and it's free. Now, breaking news overnight, hundreds of people are dead after a rare and powerful earthquake struck the country of Morocco. The earthquake damaged several historical buildings, killing more than 800 people and injuring more than 600. Right now, search and rescue crews are digging through rubble, searching for survivors. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake had a magnitude of 6.8 when it hit. And happening now, Alabama state leaders are making efforts to stop the federal government and its policies in place related to the COVID-19 pandemic. WAAY 31's Maddie McCaffrey talked to residents in Huntsville to get their thoughts on this.
Senator Britt co-sponsors the Freedom to Breathe Act. It would ban federal officials from issuing any new mask mandates. Some in Huntsville say they agree with Senator Britt's efforts.
Good about this idea because I don't like mask at all. Sometimes it puts a lot of restrictions for our kids and for our free moving here and there.
We should do what we're able to do, you know. If people want to wear a mask, let them go ahead and wear it. But if they don't want to, can't force people to wear it. You know,
Meanwhile, Senator Tommy Tuberville sent a letter to military officials regarding the military's COVID-19 vaccine mandate policy. In it, he says he wants a full account of the effects this policy has had since those who refused the vaccine. Here's what some in Huntsville had to say about this.
Vaccines should be, they should be encouraged because it helps lower the pandemic and we don't want it to start all over again.
I do like the mandatory vaccines. It should be a personal issue because some people have some social and religious restrictions regarding these things.
I don't think COVID's ever going to go away. It's just like the flu. So I think every year people should get a COVID vaccine just like they get the flu vaccine just to protect themselves because, I mean, COVID's here to stay. It comes in waves and then it goes, but I feel like it's always going to be here.
Now, the Senate has considered the Freedom to Breathe Act, which allows it to be sent to the House of Representatives. That is, unless another senator raises an objection. Senator Tuberville gave military officials until September 22nd to respond to his letter. And while we're talking about leaders in Alabama, former Alabama Senator Doug Jones is coming to North Alabama this month. He is visiting the city coming to Florence and he is visiting the city for a fundraising dinner and silent auction hosted by the Shoals Democratic Club. Now, attendees are expected to discuss the pressing issues facing our state and nation, and the event is scheduled for September 29th at Pickett on Court. Tickets can be purchased online for $50 each. And this morning, the man who sued the state claiming Alabama's congressional map violated the 1965 Voting Rights Act is talking to us after 3 federal judges struck down the new congressional maps. Now, Evan Milligan, executive director of Alabama Forward, hopes the map features 2 opportunity districts. The map was struck down because when it was redrawn, it still only had 1 black district.
But we hope that with this case, we can at least establish an infrastructure and a foundation that's compliant with the Voting Rights Act. You know, the best days of Alabama, I think, are ahead of us, and it's going to need for us to really stop revisiting some of these things that we know aren't in the best interest of everyone that lives here in the state.
The 3 federal judges overseeing the case have ordered a special master to submit 3 proposed maps that meet the requirements by September 25th. And students at the University of North Alabama are getting answers after a recent backlash for increased fees. Members on the Board of Trustees say the instructional costs have gone up, mandated by the federal government. The board is now simplifying the cost by spreading it out over a period of time for students. According to UNA, the board is removing 676 special course fees that will help with the newer model and will reflect the cost of a college degree.
In my own experience, this new fee structure has actually made my tuition bill go down. And so I've actually received more of a refund as a result of it. To my knowledge, it's just a simplified model that's actually taking away multiple course fees and things along those lines.
They also plan to cut long-distance learning fees and general semester fees and zero for parking at UNA. The changes take effect the 2023-2024 semester. And this morning, police say 1 man is in jail and another in the hospital after a shooting in Arab. Police arrested 42-year-old Gregory Willis and charged him with attempted murder. Police say the victim had to be flown to the hospital from the scene on Little Creek Road this morning. We are working to learn more about his condition. And this morning, new information about a Scottsboro man accused of murdering his own wife. WAAY 31 went digging through court records and found that Alvin Cornelison is scheduled for an Aniah's Law hearing Monday morning. Right now, he is in jail without bond for beating his wife to death with a baseball bat. Police arrested the 75-year-old man Thursday after he called police to report the crime. Now, this morning, 2 people are in jail after Limestone County deputies found drugs and a gun during a traffic stop. Deputies say they found 4 ounces of meth and a loaded firearm. They arrested Edward Ferguson and Chelsea Nunley and charged them with drug trafficking. Now, there's a new face for the Huntsville-Madison County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Jennifer Moore is the new Chief Executive Officer. Moore previously held the role of Vice President for the organization. She said she learned a lot under the former CEO and hopes she can continue bringing tourists to the Rocket City.
Our CEO has been there for 45 years and has done such an amazing job promoting our area. And I'm really looking forward to taking on that role and hoping that I can do anywhere near as good a job as she has done.
Moore will start her new position Monday morning, and Judy Riles, Moore's predecessor, is the longest-serving head of any travel tourism agency in the United States, serving our community for 45 years. And no more long lines for students at Snead State Community College. Students can now grab their lunch and go. The university is installing grab-and-go stations across the campus thanks to an expansion of Parsons Pantry. The stations will offer free hot lunches at the Adderholt Health Science Building, the cafeteria, the Commons area, in the Story Administration Building, and the Weathers Business Building. Now, every year, the Rocket City Trash Pandas honor the Huntsville Stars, the former baseball team, in a special Stars Throwback Night. And the team paid their respects last night. 30 members of the Huntsville Stars team across generations reunited for a meet and greet. Trash Pandas also wore special Stars jerseys and caps to honor their predecessors.
Well, speaking of the trash pandas, you have today and tomorrow to catch them in action at home before they take the rest of the season on the road. Here's a look at Toyota Field this morning. 66 degrees in Madison. Nice and comfortable to start you out on this Saturday. And we're going to stay nice and comfortable through the rest of the day today. 31 triple Doppler, quiet and dry. We do have a little ground clutter showing up this morning, but no rain falling from the sky. Great news for the rest of your Saturday. Here's what to expect for the rest of the day today. We'll start you off in the morning, nice and comfortable, mostly sunny. As we move into those afternoon hours today, we'll stay mostly sunny, but some of us may see a few showers, mainly east of I-65. By the evening hours, showers come to an end, and we're looking at another nice night ahead of us, and we will once again be in those 60s. Now, if you are headed out early this morning to grab that iced coffee, go ahead and reach for the large. Treat yourself. It's Saturday after all. 86 for your high today. Mostly sunny skies for those who don't see a shower or two this afternoon. But of course, I know we've got some big football games taking place in the SEC today, so I will have those showers timed out for you just in case you have a backyard barbecue planned for that football tonight. So I'll have that for you coming up.
This morning, a convicted killer remains on the loose and prison leaders are holding employees accountable. Details next. And rescuers are hoping to save a man trapped in a cave in Turkey this morning after the break.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, a devastating earthquake in Morocco overnight, leaving more than 600 people confirmed dead and hundreds injured. We'll have more on the toll of the 6.8 magnitude quake as rescuers search for survivors in the rubble. Also coming up, the latest on the parenting influencer charged with child abuse, Ruby Franke appearing in court as we learn about the reported missed warning signs over the years. And finally, the sights and sounds from the U.S. Open. What's next for Novak Djokovic in the tournament? And looking ahead to Coco Gauff's face-off later today in her first U.S. Open final. That's all ahead right here on GMA.
New this morning, Apple is set to unveil new changes in a few days. The iPhone 15 may be ditching Apple's normal Lightning charger in favor of a USB-C charger. This marks a milestone for the company adopting universal charging. The change could ultimately streamline the charging process across various devices and brands. And Elon Musk, his X Corporation, is suing California's Attorney General. The lawsuit is over the state's new content moderation law. California's governor signed the bill into law last year, and the lawsuit X claims the new law violates the First Amendment and California's Constitution. This morning, as a convicted murderer remains on the loose, the corrections officer on duty when the fugitive escaped is now without a job. ABC's Daria Albinger has more as hundreds of officers join the search.
More than 350 officers searching in the air, on the ground, even on horseback, for convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante. They're focusing on a roughly 8-square-mile area of Chester County, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia. Law enforcement posting up on an overpass with guns ready after a possible sighting Friday afternoon. There have been several sightings of Cavalcante since the 34-year-old managed to break out of the Chester County prison on August 31st. Video showing him crab walking up a prison wall before he pushed past prison wire and escaped from the roof. Prison guard who was on duty in the observation tower when Cavalcante made the daring escape has now been fired. Chester County officials saying the unnamed officer was an 18-year veteran at the prison.
What I'm thinking is he's somewhere in here and I don't want him slipping through.
On Friday, authorities taking reporters into the search command center, showing the tools they're using to try and find Cavalcante.
He's desperate, he's on the run, he does not want to be recaptured.
Mother of 2, Sue Boyd, says her kids are anxious and some parents are fearful of leaving their children at the school bus stop.
Very frustrated, and we just want to see an end to this.
Cavalcante was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his ex-girlfriend. ABC News has learned Cavalcante has evaded capture once before, wanted for murder in his native Brazil. Officials say he hid in the jungle, eventually fleeing to the U.S. But police are confident they'll get him.
We're going to capture him. It's just a matter of time.
Daria.
Now this morning, an American explorer remains stuck in one of the deepest caves in Turkey, awaiting a rescue. More than 180 rescuers are on site to get Mark Dickey out of the cave safely to the surface. He is stranded nearly 3,600 feet underground, and Dickey fell sick while last weekend with what they think is gastrointestinal bleeding. They are hoping to start their rescue this morning, but they want to make sure it's safe for his medical situation.
Now, WAAY 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Amber Kuehling with 31 Triple Doppler.
Now, Amber, we're both going to be at the Trash Pandas game tomorrow.
We are, yeah. We just figured this out, so I'm really excited.
I am too. So what's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
Oh, the weather's going to be nice for the weekend, but we may see a few showers tomorrow. So let's go ahead.
Hopefully it's like after like 4
I got my
o'clock.
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But let's go ahead and dive into that weekend forecast because we have a lot going on. Right now, our WAAY 31 Skycam network is quiet and nice and comfortable. We're in those 60s to start you out on this Saturday, and some nice colors in the sky over Decatur this morning. It's 66 degrees in Huntsville, 67 in Decatur, 69 in Muscle Shoals, and 64 in Gunnersville. So again, nice and comfortable if you're getting ready to head out and grab breakfast on this Saturday morning, or maybe grab that early morning coffee. 31 Triple Doppler, quiet and dry. You don't have to worry about any rain raining on your parade this morning. But again, some of us may see a shower or two as we move into those afternoon hours today. Current temperatures nice and comfortable for all of us across the Tennessee Valley. 64 right now in Gunnersville, 66 in Coleman, 69 over in Muscle Shoals. So everyone's still in those 60s for now. If you were going to take the doggy for a walk this morning, staying in those lower 70s all the way through 10 a.m. But as we move into the afternoon hours today, here's where we're headed. Now for Sand Mountain, right around those middle to upper 80s for your afternoon highs. Same can be said for the metro, a couple degrees warmer in the cities like Huntsville and even in Decatur, taking you out towards the Shoals, and same thing there, middle to upper 80s for those highs today. can't beat it this time of year. Here's what we're expecting as we move towards those afternoon hours. We'll stay mostly sunny, but some of us may see a couple of isolated showers and a few rumbles of thunder may be possible. And again, this is mainly east of I-65 for your Saturday. As we lose the daytime heating, then we lose the showers. As we move into the overnight hours tonight, mostly clear skies, and by your Sunday, it will be warm, and once again, we'll see a chance of a few isolated showers, but this time, the entire Tennessee Valley will see a chance of a few isolated showers heading into the afternoon hours on your Sunday. So if you are headed out to that Trash Pandas game, keep that in mind, and you may want to keep that umbrella on standby. For the next 3 days, as far as the muggy meter is concerned, today and tomorrow is looking pretty good, but we will start to see it creep up a little bit by Monday, a little more humidity in the atmosphere. Don't worry though, another cold front moves in next week. We'll get to that in a minute. Some big games happening in the SEC today. We have the Texas Longhorns taking on the Crimson Tide of Alabama. That's in Tuscaloosa at 6 p.m. tonight. And the Tigers are on the road. They're taking on Cal in Berkeley, California today. A very late kickoff for that one, 9:30 tonight. So you're going to have to stay up late if you are taking on that game. But if you are headed out to cheer on the Trash Pandas, not looking too bad. 6:35 tonight and 83 for that first pitch. Now, again, we want to make sure that we're keeping you up to date with Hurricane Lee. It's still a major hurricane, Category 3 with winds of 115 miles per hour, and it's forecast to become a Cat 4 again. But the good news is it's going to take that northward turn, and it looks like it's going to stay away from the East Coast for now. Over the next 10 days, here's what we're expecting at home. Now, we will see another cold front move through by Tuesday of next week, and that's going to drop those temperatures even lower than the last cold front, and that is way below average for this time of year, but I'm okay with it. 50s during the overnights, can't beat that.
Can't beat that, but I'm still not over the 9:30 start time for that game in California. Do they normally start them that late?
Well, since it's on the West Coast and the time difference.
I guess so,
yeah.
but still, I don't know if I could stay up for that one.
I don't know if I could either.
Thanks, Amber. It's the weekend. We take a look at some fun events that you can go to next. Got any weekend plans? If not, we've got you covered. Haley Loveday joins us with a few events taking place across North Alabama.
I'm Haley Loveday with Rocket City Mom, and I'm here to let you know about all of the fun family events happening in our area this weekend. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Haven Farms in Hazel Green is hosting an outdoor farm market and artisan fair. Join them for a day of vendor shopping, food trucks, and adorable animals. It's $12 a person, which includes the petting park, live music, arts and crafts, face painting, a bounce house, play park, monster slide, and so much more. Also today from 11 to 1 p.m., the Huntsville Museum of Art hosts Drop In and Create. Families and children are invited to participate in a range of programs especially designed with younger visitors in mind. Children must be under 12 years old and must be accompanied by an adult. Drop in anytime between 11 and 1 p.m. and create a masterpiece to take home with you that your little one will definitely want displayed on the fridge. Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. you can enjoy the market at Mid-City, Huntsville's market for farmers, artisans, makers, growers, musicians, and more. The market hosts over 50 vendors so you can shop small and support local every Sunday. Also tomorrow in Big Spring Park, you can enjoy Jazz in the Park from 5 to 9 p.m. Brian Simpson will headline the show with opening acts Chandra Corelli and Noelette Leader. This is a free event, so bring your camp chairs and enjoy the music along with food trucks, performing arts exhibitions, and a kids zone with face painting and bubbles. For a look at more events in our area, check out RocketCityMom.com. For WAAY 31 News, I'm Haley Loveday.
Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY 31 News Mornings.
We're nice and comfortable again to start you out on this Saturday morning. I'll tell you how long these nice temperatures are sticking around coming up.
This morning, a deadly earthquake killing hundreds of people in Morocco, what we know as they continue to search for survivors. And as state leaders push for ending the federal mask mandates, we hear from residents on both sides of the COVID battle. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for WAAY 31 News Mornings. It's Saturday, September 9th, and I'm Georgia Clark. Now, we've got a lot to get to this morning, but first we're going to get a check of our weather. Now, WAAY 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Amber Kulick joins us. Amber, are we in for some heat today?
Well, it will be a little warmer today than where we were yesterday, but it'll still be nice and comfortable, especially with the humidity staying low. Right now, here's a look at the Space and Rocket Center. We got some clouds in the sky, but 66 for that temperature, so we are still comfortable. If you're headed out the door to grab an early breakfast or that morning coffee, you're looking good to go. The rest of the Tennessee Valley in those 60s as well. 64 in Guntersville, 67 in Decatur, 69 in Muscle Shoals. Haleyville, you're coming in at 64 degrees this morning as well. So we are still seeing those nice temperatures, and good news, they're sticking around all the way through the weekend. 31 triple Doppler. Quiet and dry this morning. This is just a little feedback from the radars. There's no rain falling, and we will stay dry at least for the first half of the day. Then some of us will see a chance of a shower or two heading into the afternoon hours. Comfortable for that muggy meter. That's where we're staying today and tomorrow before it starts to creep up a little bit as we head into your Monday. So over the next few hours, we'll start to work those rain chances in by the late afternoon hours, mainly east of I-65 today. So if you were planning a tailgate party, say for any of the football games, well, depending on where you are, you may see a shower or two. And I'll tell you what to expect from those showers and what to expect for the rest of your weekend. Coming up.
Thanks, Amber. Breaking news overnight, hundreds of people are dead after a rare and powerful earthquake struck the country of Morocco. The earthquake damaged several historical buildings, killing more than 800 people and injuring more than 600. Right now, search and rescue crews are digging through the rubble, searching for survivors. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the earthquake had a magnitude of 6.8. And happening now, Alabama state leaders are making efforts to stop the federal government and its policies in place related to the COVID-19 pandemic. WAAY 31's Maddie McCaffrey talked to residents in Huntsville to get their thoughts on this as state leaders push for new legislation.
Senator Britt co-sponsors the Freedom to Breathe Act. It would ban federal officials from issuing any new mask mandates. Some in Huntsville say they agree with Senator Britt's efforts.
Good about this idea because I don't like masks at all. Sometimes it puts a lot of restrictions for our kids and for our free moving here and there.
We should do what we're able to do, you know. If people want to wear a mask, let them go ahead and wear it. But if they don't want to, can't force people to wear it. You know,
Meanwhile, Senator Tommy Tuberville sent a letter to military officials regarding the military's COVID-19 vaccine mandate policy. In it, he says he wants a full account of the effects this policy has had since those who refused the vaccine. Here's what some in Huntsville had to say about this.
Vaccines should be they should be encouraged because it helps lower the pandemic, and we don't want it to start all over again.
I do like the mandatory vaccines. It should be a personal issue because some people have some social and religious restrictions regarding these things.
I don't think COVID's ever going to go away. It's just like the flu. So I think every year people should get a COVID vaccine just like they get the flu vaccine, just to protect themselves, because, I mean, COVID's here to stay. It comes in waves and then it goes, but I feel like it's always going to be here.
That was WAAY 31's Maddie McCaffrey, and the Senate has considered the Freedom to Breathe Act, which allows it to be sent to the House of Representatives. That is, unless another senator raises an objection. Senator Tuberville gave military officials until September 22nd to respond to his letter. And while we're speaking about leaders in Alabama, former Alabama Senator Doug Jones is coming to North Alabama this month. He is visiting Florence for a fundraising dinner and silent auction hosted by the Shoals Democratic Club. And attendees are expected to discuss the pressing issues facing our state and the nation. And the event is scheduled for September 29th at Pickett on Court. Tickets can be purchased online for $50 each. And this morning, members of the Alabama Public Library Services are sharing their concerns about the content your children have access to in Alabama libraries after a recent letter sent out by Governor Kay Ivey. I sat down with a board member who also shares those same reservations.
In Governor Ivey's letter, she mentions the American Library Association and the association's Library Bill of Rights, which was created in 1939 in response to the Nazi book burnings. These rights outline how age should not be a discriminating factor in library use and the pursuit of knowledge, and how someone's checkout history should be kept private. Governor Ivey criticized the Alabama Public Library Services for adhering to these rules and is calling for a review of the books on library shelves and more parental supervision. Some of the people I spoke with say the governor is overstepping.
You're trying to take away somebody's freedom to do something. I thought we had a choice here. Ain't this supposed to be America? You know, land of the free, home of the whatever they call it stuff. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Others I spoke with who did not want to go on camera praised the governor for taking action, and they hope books concerning LGBTQ+ issues and other suggestive material will be taken from the shelves.
Now, money from state leaders are keeping the University of North Alabama afloat. This is after the Board of Trustees approved the 2023-2024 budget that fell short by more than $6 million. According to the university's Vice President of Business and Financial Affairs, UNA received a portion of $17 million from the American Rescue Act, set aside for Alabama universities. He says the money will help UNA finish the fiscal year at the end of this month with an extra $7.5 million. And he told the Board of Trustees that the university is doing all it can to be fiscally responsible and everyone is working as a team.
This is something that we have worked very diligently on anticipating and correcting. Our hope is that, of course, we'll receive more advancement and technology money from the state, which will offset that. But we want to make sure that we are providing high quality student education in the meantime, and that is not affected.
A report from State Higher Education Executive Officers Association says Alabama set aside more than $2 billion in taxpayer money for higher education in the 2023 budget. That is a 129% increase from the year before. This morning, police say one man is in jail and another is in the hospital after a shooting in Arab. Police arrested 42-year-old Gregory Willis and charged him with attempted murder. Police say the victim had to be flown to the hospital from the scene on Little Creek Road. This morning we're working to learn more about his condition. This morning, 2 people are in jail after Limestone County deputies found drugs and a gun during a traffic stop. Deputies say they found 4 ounces of meth and a loaded firearm. They arrested Edward Ferguson and Chelsea Nunley and charged them with drug trafficking. And a Marshall County man is facing charges for abusing his own father. Police say Christopher Evett was heavily intoxicated and involved in an altercation with his 73-year-old father. He is charged with domestic assault and elder abuse charges. There is a new face for the Huntsville-Madison County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Jennifer Moore is the new Chief Executive Officer, and Moore previously held the role of Vice President for the organization. She said she learned a lot under the former CEO and hopes she can continue bringing tourists to the Rocket City.
Our CEO has been there for 45 years and has done such an amazing job promoting our area. And I'm really looking forward to taking on that role and hoping that I can do anywhere near as good a job as she has done.
Moore will start her new position Monday morning. Judy Riles is Moore's predecessor and is the longest serving head of any travel and tourism agency in the United States, serving our community for 45 years. And the Morgan County Commission and Life South are teaming up to hold a blood drive in honor of 9/11. It's to help area hospitals stay prepared while also remembering the tragic events of that day. It's set for Monday at Lee Street, the side of Morgan County. At the side of Morgan County Courthouse, and all donors will receive a $20 e-gift card, a coupon for a free Witt's barbecue sandwich, and a free cholesterol screening. Happening today, citywide boot camps are returning to kick off the fall season. The Fleet Feet Fall Fitness Festival is free and is making fitness both accessible and fun. Now, the festival includes a community run, fun run and kids run, followed by a bike ride and pop-up fitness classes run by different local gyms. But it doesn't stop there. You can also enjoy yard games, food trucks, booths for vendors, and local business giveaways, and more. The Burn Boot Camp owner and lead trainer says there is something for everyone. They hope this event helps the community incorporate exercise into their everyday lives.
6:41 now on your Saturday morning. Here's the look from Montesano. A little hazy to start you off on this Saturday. 66 for that temperature, so still nice and comfortable if you're headed out to grab breakfast or that first Saturday morning coffee. Current temperatures across the Tennessee Valley, we're in the 60s. 64 right now in Guntersville, 65 in Athens, 67 in Decatur this morning. I was just watching the sun come up on the Decatur Skycam. Nice and comfortable for all of us to start off the weekend. 31 triple Doppler, quiet and dry this morning as well. And that blue you see, that's just ground clutter. We're not seeing any rain falling this morning, but some of us may see a shower or two heading into the afternoon hours today, but even if you see the rain, it's not going to put a damper on those outdoor plans. So if you have anything to do outdoors over the next 3 days, you're good to go. By Tuesday, we'll start to watch another cold front roll through here, and that is going to bring another chance of some showers and thunderstorms, so fair conditions for your Tuesday. For the rest of Saturday, though, 86 for your afternoon high, mostly sunny, a few showers, mainly east of I-65 for the rest of the day today. But as we head into Sunday, more of us may see a shower or two, and I'll tell you who coming up later on.
It's week 2 of college football. Coming up, the games you need to watch today. It's Saturday, which means it's time for college football, and we have some big game matchups today. Now, this may be the biggest matchup of the weekend, and it's taking place in Tuscaloosa. The Alabama Crimson Tide is taking on the Texas Longhorns. This is a rematch after last year's game in Austin, where the Tide was able to escape Texas Memorial Stadium, winning 20-19. The game kicks off tonight at 6. As for the Auburn Tigers, they are in the Golden State taking on the Golden Bears. Both the Tigers and Bears will enter this matchup 1-0 after big wins over a group of 5 teams. The game kicks off tonight at 9:30. And North Alabama is in Texas right now to take on Tarleton State. This is the Lions' first true road game of the season under head coach Brent Dearman. The Lions and the Texans will play the first ever UAC game since the conference was formed this offseason. Kickoff is tonight at 6. And you know we can't forget about our Bulldogs. Alabama A&M will be hosting their annual Lewis Cruz Classic against Lane College with Xavier Langford as their quarterback. The game kicks off at 6 tonight. And WAAY 31 is proud to bring HBCU football to your TV screens tonight. You can watch Tennessee State face the Arkansas Pine Bluff on WAAY 31.6. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m.
Now, WAAY 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Amber Kuehlen with 31 Triple Doppler.
Well, Amber, I've really been enjoying these cool temperatures lately.
I know.
It's been so nice getting up in the morning and going outside, and I don't feel like I'm melting.
It's so nice. I'm able to straighten my hair and not have to worry about frizzing by the end of the day. But I know we got some big games going on today. We just talked about them. A very big one taking place in Tuscaloosa.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into that forecast. If you're headed down there to watch the Crimson Tide take on the Texas Longhorns, 85 by 6 p.m. tonight. Now, Tigers, I didn't forget about you, but on the West Coast tonight, man, 9:30 for that kickoff. I'm going to be staying up past my bedtime to make sure I can catch both of these games today. And they're going to be in the 60s in California. So nice and comfortable for them. Still nice and comfortable in Tuscaloosa if you're headed down that way as well. But let's take it back to North Alabama. Right now we are sitting in those 60s. And our Skycam network, well, it's nice and beautiful to start you out on this Saturday morning. That sun is on its way up. And we are looking good for the next few hours. Some of us may see a shower or two as we head into the afternoon hours today. But right now, 31 Triple Doppler, quiet and dry. Just a little ground clutter showing up from the radar feedback. No rain falling for now. Your current temperatures across the Tennessee Valley are in those 60s. We're looking at 66 in Guntersville and Huntsville. It's 67 right now in Decatur, 69 out in Muscle Shoals right now. And of course, temperatures will warm over the next few hours. So something to keep in mind, but still comfortable if you are headed out to walk the dog this morning. All the way through 10 a.m. We're staying in those lower 70s. Can't beat that. Now, as we head into the afternoon hours today in Sand Mountain, we'll be looking at those middle to upper 80s for your afternoon highs. Same story for the metro, maybe a couple degrees warmer, especially in places like Decatur, Athens, and Huntsville. Taking you out towards the Shoals. Same story for you as well. Middle to upper 80s for your afternoon highs today. So nice and comfortable Saturday ahead of us. But again, some may see a shower. So let's go ahead and walk through this. This afternoon, mainly east of I-65 is where we'll see that chance of a couple of showers heading into the afternoon hours today. Don't cancel those outdoor plans. You'll see a downpour if you are one of the lucky few to get a shower, and then it'll be out of your system. We'll lose the rain as the sun sets tonight, and quiet to start you out on Sunday. By Sunday afternoon, another chance of some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two, but the entire Tennessee Valley will see that chance for that rain tomorrow. So if you're headed out to the Trash Panda game, make sure that you keep that umbrella nearby. Over the next 3 days, your muggy meter is looking pretty good today and tomorrow. Then by Monday, it starts to creep up a little bit ahead of our next cold front that will move through here on Tuesday. And I just was talking about the Trash Pandas game. If you're headed out there tonight, you have tonight and then again tomorrow to catch them at home before they head on the road for the rest of the season. 83 and comfortable by first pitch, and by that final out, we're still in those upper 70s. So not that bad out at Toyota Field tonight. And of course, let's check in on the tropics because we still have Hurricane Lee, a major hurricane at 115 miles per hour. And check this out. Forecast to become a Category 4 again, but then it slows down, takes that turn to the north, and this is by Thursday of next week. So this hurricane is really slowing down. We'll keep an eye on it, but right now it doesn't look like it will be affecting the United States, especially anytime soon. Over the next 10 days here at home, we'll be watching for that next cold front to roll through on Tuesday. Now our average temperatures this time of year are in the upper 80s. So with that next cold front that moves through, it is really going to cool us off. Lower 80s for highs and then some overnight lows in the 50s. Some areas, they may not make it out of the 70s for highs.
Well, I'm not going to know what to do with myself.
I'm not either.
It's going to actually be nice to be outside.
I know, but you know, I'm so used to the warm weather. I think I may have to pull out my fall clothes.
I know, I'm going to be shivering slightly. Thanks, Amber. If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, we've got you covered. After the break, we've got a few things happening at the VBC. We've got some exciting things happening at the VBC. Samantha Nielsen has the details.
It's a busy week at the Von Braun Center in downtown Huntsville. Hi, I'm Samantha Nielsen, Marketing Director at the VBC. Cool off this weekend with the All-Star Pool and Spa Blowout Expo. All-Star Pool and Spa specializes in above-ground pools, hot tubs, and swim spas, and will have options displayed during the expo. Admission is free and open Friday through Sunday in the VBC South Hall. This Saturday, explore the local creativity and talent during All Seasons Huntsville Fashion Week, where models, designers, boutiques, musicians, poets, artists, and more will be presented in the VBC East Hall. Admission begins at $40. The Aircraft Survivability Equipment Symposium happens this Monday and Tuesday in the VBC North Hall. For 39 years, this annual event has brought the community together to develop life-saving solutions for the aviation soldier. In celebration of Huntsville Music Month, we've partnered with the Music Business Association to be the next stop for their Music Biz Roadshow traveling event series. The event will bring elements of the popular annual conference to Mars Music Hall on September 12th and connect its members with local musicians, music businesses, and entrepreneurs. Admission is free, but pre-registration is required and spots are limited. Since 2012, Make-A-Wish Alabama has been granting wishes in every county of our state. They're hosting Make-A-Wish Night in the VBC North Hall on September 15th. And your one-stop shop for all things fall and spooky happens next weekend in the VBC South Hall when the Northeast Alabama Craftsmen's Association returns with the Fall Craft Show. As you can tell, there's always something going on at the Von Braun Center. To see the full calendar of events, visit vonbrauncenter.com. For WAAY 31, I'm VBC Marketing Director Samantha Nielsen.
Well, the VBC has always got something going on.
I know, and a great weekend weather-wise for events as well. So this is what we're looking at as you get ready to head out the door. It's going to make our way up into the 80s for your afternoon highs today. So get out and enjoy it.
Thanks, Amber. Good Morning America is next, and we will see you back here at 8.